If you want to know which are the best cryptocurrencies to hodl, to trade in, and for how long, then take a look at Token Metrics. Token Metrics helps crypto investors build profitable portfolios using artificial intelligence-based crypto indices, rankings, and price predictions. Use my affiliate link and you get a 10% discount on their plans. You also get 3 months free if you sign up for the yearly plan, and you can do a 7-day trial for just a few dollars. Link in the description below. So then what's the point of the Sentinel token if you can pay in any cryptocurrency? What does that provide?
Yeah, it has values as a staking token and a governance token. And also one thing to take note of, 20% of the revenues that would be generated across the network do not go to node hosts, they go to stakers. So it's considered a work token. And so as the token is generated across the network, the fees that are generated across the network, 20% of those are distributed back to stakers. So not only are you earning revenue staking this token like you would in like staking Atom's tokens on the Cosmos network and validating the blockchain, but you're also earning rewards on top of that, double staking by earning 20% of the rewards that nodes are generating by offering their bandwidth to the network.
Okay.
Double benefit.
Double benefit, and then a triple benefit, because at the same time, I could, for example, be paying you, Dan, as a node for a decentralized VPN, so you're getting $2 a month from me, and then, but I'm also providing bandwidth, and I'm getting $2 a month from Srinivas and from Peter and from other people and stuff, and at the same time, I'm staking my Cent token, so I'm receiving income from that. So it just sounds like it has the potential to be incredibly, incredibly dense and interconnected and decentralized.
You got it.
Yeah, it's spot on. And I would just add one point that Srini was talking about is the network is peer-to-peer, right? So we need more people hosting nodes. So I think in our roadmap into 2021, we want to make it, Exidio wants to make it extremely easy for users that don't have a tech background to plug and play and actually host nodes to the network to then generate some revenue. So that's where Exidio comes in with this network. So we can easily make it so someone with no tech background can plug and play this software or device, depending on how the roadmap shapes out for 2021, and then actually monetize on that unused bandwidth that they have. Say, if I'm sleeping at night and I want to host some bandwidth to the network, I can easily do that.
Okay, yeah, because that's what it's going to take, because people aren't going to shift from a centralized VPN to a decentralized one if using the decentralized one requires a master's in blockchain or something like that. It has to be one or two clicks, and that's pretty much it. That's amazing. Okay, I like that very much. Okay, anything else you want to let me know about the Sentinel DVPN that we haven't covered?
Well, I would like to say that leveraging a decentralized VPN completely changes the landscape for someone that wants to offer VPN. It's far more cost effective because you don't have to maintain the infrastructure and nodes around the globe, because you're able to access a growing global network. And as the network grows, not only does it become more decentralized and more robust, but it also grows economies of scale, and it makes it even more affordable to get access to the network.
Yeah.
On top of that, you're not taking on the legal liability of the traffic that's routing through your servers, because you don't maintain and own those servers. So you don't have that legal liability for everything that's happening on top of the network. And on top of that, you don't have the liability of maintaining the infrastructure of those nodes, because oftentimes people that run VPNs have cloud-based servers that they're using, DigitalOcean or Amazon Web Services. And oftentimes VPN companies are kicked off their services because of the offering of VPN.
Right.
So you have a far more secure, far more distributed, and far more affordable access to a global network. And so now as a VPN entrepreneur, you need to focus on your marketing and go to market and how to get customer acquisition, but you're not focusing on building out the full tech. And Exidio makes that entire process seamless by developing the custom front-end application for however you want to access the Sentinel network.
Right, very good. We'll come to the marketing because you got to get the word out, right? But before that, there's a couple of other things I want to add. So one, with a centralized VPN service, there's always the risk of a backdoor, that a security agency or a government can say, hey, listen, you got to put a backdoor in because we don't know what's going on in the background.
And it doesn't even need to be a government agency, right? It can be any benevolent actor. It
Right.
can just be someone internally in the company that says that they want to shut off the end-to-end encryption, and the front-end user doesn't know because their code isn't open sourced, and so you can't actually review and audit what's happening on the back end with the code.
Right. And with Sentinel, you've got an open source code and fully decentralized with no centralized point of weakness for anybody to access. Okay, now I'm clear about the importance of using a VPN. Anything you guys want to say? I'd like to hear from your mouths. Why use a VPN, especially given the current political climate? Who'd like to go? Peter, thank you for volunteering.
Yes, absolutely. So I think, I think just protecting data is the biggest attribute to me why I would use a VPN. And I don't think what Exidio is doing is we're providing the tools that I might, as an end user, not actually need to log on a VPN, but if a third-party business, say like an application I'm using on my phone all the time, they can actually reach out to Exidio, and we can plug in an API to then go to a decentralized VPN. So there's no user experience, no different user experience in that VPN sense. And I think businesses are going to start gravitating more towards protecting users' data and privacy. And I think users are going to start asking for that. So I think that's really important for the shift in environment. It's really about protecting data and users.
Yeah. Anything either of you want to add to that?
So there's multiple uses of VPN, right? Peter hit it right on the head that your internet service provider could be crawling your metadata and then reselling that, and we know that takes place today. And centralized VPN providers could be doing that too if they can't prove that they're not taking logs of your data. On the Sentinel network, that's not possible. And another major use case that people have for VPNs is just being able to get to access to geo-restricted content. Maybe Rich, you're in the UK, but you want to watch a video from Bollywood, and it's only offered in India, or you want to watch US Netflix. There are different use cases for getting access to geo-restricted content. So not only is it that we're getting tracked and people are hacking or leaking our data, but there's also the flip side of the coin. There's data that I also believe in the democratization of information. We should be able to access and learn and see content around the globe. And when that oftentimes that's just restricted based on geo restrictions, and VPNs really solve that issue. Yes.
No, I didn't notice that. In the UK, there's a law where ISPs have to store every single address that's visited in the UK for 1 year. So they're required by law to store that information should the government wish to access it. And governments aren't always benevolent, and it seems to me increasingly less and less so. In the
corporations too, right? It's anyone with power. Power corrupts, and ultimate power corrupts ultimately.
Yes,
so
absolutely. I think absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yes,
ultimately as well.
Ultimately as well, right? No, and I've had experiences
absolutely.
Like my ISP won't let me access certain news and information websites, so then I have to turn on my VPN to be able to access those news and information websites, which I think is insane. And I was talking to somebody else a few months ago who was saying that during the disturbances around the elections in Belarus, they had incredible numbers of downloads of their decentralized VPN. I don't know if any of the Sentinel team have noticed that with regards to the uptake of the Sentinel VPN. Has there been increased use? Has it coincided with major news events? Any of you noticed that?
Yeah, we have also seen that increase in number of nodes, and also like currently we have reached like 7 million sessions. Like all-time high records we always hit.
So what do you mean by 7 million sessions, Srinivas?
Yeah, like a session. Dan, can you explain about a session? And I think you can explain it better.
No, for sure. So yeah, Srini's right. We've seen crazy growth and adoption across the network, and there have been 7 million sessions. So one session, Rich, is when you log onto a VPN and you use it for a period of time, and then when you log off, that's one session. Right. And since the inception of the network in the middle of 2018, 2.5 years later, we've seen, or 1.5 years later, we've seen over 7 million sessions across the Sentinel network. And we're seeing growth of bandwidth across the network and usage. We're seeing growth in the amount of time that each session is, the duration of each session. We're seeing growth in the amount of nodes that are offering bandwidth to the network. And we're seeing growth in the amount of downloads and users across the network.
Right.
So
and how many nodes
Belarus
do
is
you
a
have
great
currently?
example of that demand.
Thank you. And how many nodes do you have currently?
As of yesterday, there were 335 active nodes, and we just hit an all-time high of 380.
Okay. All right. Which brings us to the next point about how are you going to get the word out about Sentinel DVPN?
Yeah. So it's exciting times right now. As Exidio, we just formed as a company. We technically incorporated in September, so we're still brand new, and we're getting our feet underneath us. And so right now we're building up marketing and communications efforts. We just did an AMA with Kira's CEO, or Milan is the CEO of Kira, and Kira Core did an AMA with us, and we're starting to connect with other communities as people want to learn more about getting access to decentralized VPN and how they can connect with Exidio to do so. We just formed a partnership with Pivx, and Pivx is looking to integrate their master nodes and leverage a lot of their master nodes to become node hosts on the Sentinel network. And so we're finding the right integrations with communities that want to get access to decentralized VPN. And we're also explaining the benefits of decentralized VPN over using a centralized player that might or might not be logging your data. And we've seen a lot of data breaches in the last year with some big name VPN companies that, we're using a VPN for one reason, right? Mm-hmm. To be able to get secure private access and to maintain our sovereignty over our data. And we're trusting one company to be able to do that because we can't trust our internet service providers not to do that. Then the one company that we're going to, the one reason that we have this service that we're paying for, is breaching our trust in the one thing that we're hoping that they do for us. Yes. It's crazy. It's the only thing we're doing is we're paying for a VPN so we can have secure and private access. And then VPN companies time and time again are proven that they're not end-to-end encrypted entirely. They're logging data and that they're taking advantage of their users' trust.
Yes. It's not. It's going from the risk of one counterparty risk and replacing it with another counterparty risk. So
exactly.
Trusting in that. Okay. No, thank you. Okay. We talked earlier about different currencies. Now, I already know the answer to this question. There's a particular cryptocurrency which is, in my opinion, the most private and secure cryptocurrency going. I understand there are am I right in understanding there are plans to be integrating that as a payment solution?
Currently, Cosmos, the Interchain Foundation, and these guys funded Althea network to create a PEGI for as a bridge between Ethereum network and Cosmos hub. So, if we have PEGI bridges between multiple blockchains, they can transfer those tokens to our Cosmos-based network. And if node host can accept that particular cryptocurrency, and user can also pay in that cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Right. So I could say you can pay me in Sentinel tokens or an ERC20 token or a Cosmos a token that runs on the Cosmos blockchain.
Or if you're a pirate.
Now we're talking, Dan. I am a first mate on the good ship pirate chain. But
there
why
you go.
pirate?
Get your parrot on your shoulder. Where's your round?
That's right. So people will be able to accept payment in make and give and take payments in pirate chain.
Yeah, we need to work with Pirate Chain to make sure that they're connected to the Inter Blockchain Communications Layer, the IBC, which is going live, I believe, by the end of this year on the Cosmos network. And so making sure that there's a hub model that communicates with the Inter Blockchain Communications Layer so that everything can be interoperable.
Right. Okay. So that's being.
And I think a lot of individual blockchains that want to continue to stay relevant and be able to access a more broad network are going to want to integrate with the IBC.
Right. Right. Okay. And so that's being worked on. And just so anybody who's not familiar with Pirate Chain, it is a ZK smart cryptocurrency, a member of the BPSAA. Every single peer-to-peer transaction is encrypted and private and invisible. And because of Komodo's delayed proof of work, it's 51% attack resistance. So it's incredibly secure. I think Grin had a 51% attack a week or so
Recently.
ago. Yeah. But there's nothing on the blockchain to see. So it could be that I'm running a node, and then Dan, I'm providing a service to you, and you're paying me in Pirate, and then that transaction is completely private between you and I. Nobody else will ever know that you sent me Pirate. So feel free to do that. I won't tell.
You better pay your taxes on that, Rich.
Of course. And then what about the other BPSA currencies and projects? Any plans to integrate with them in any particular way?
Yeah, so on the payment rail side, again, we want to encourage everyone to look into making sure that they can plug into the rails to communicate with the inner blockchain communications layer on Cosmos. And we're active within the BPSAA, and we want to continue to promote the adoption of a lot of these great projects that are promoting more secure and private access. And so we're all doing it in different facets. We're all moving adoption of leveraging blockchain technologies to ensure our privacy and to ensure our security in different facets. So we're all kind of marching in the same direction and supporting one another and highlighting the successes of all of our projects.
Yep. And then one way where there is definite integration is I think people want to purchase any cent tokens, they can do that through the Turtle.network, which is a decentralized exchange, and also the Polarity Exchange, which is connected to BPSAA. Yes.
Exactly right.
Very good. Okay.
And the Wolf of Waves was the developer of the Polarity Exchange.
Yes.
And also a longtime supporter of the Sentinel network.
Very good. Okay. What else do you want to let us know about Exidio that we haven't covered that would be useful for people to know? You're doing an investment round, aren't you?
Exidio, we're looking at a pre-seed equity round, and we're really kind of initially exploring that. We have a few conversations with initial investors, and so we're looking at going forward with our pre-seed round and being able to really build out the development team. We've been working with great contractors, but we want to build out a more robust full-time development team to support Srinivas and all of his efforts on the tech side, and also build out some efforts on our business development side as we find more and more companies and individuals that are looking to build access to private networking.
Sorry, Dan, just acknowledge, I think Sri just dropped off. He may have had internet issues.
I think that's another big point is into next year after funding is we actually get an office with stable internet and electric, because I think Srini sometimes has an issue with his internet at home. So that's a big thing too, getting an office for everybody, once it's safe to go back into an office, and also expanding on our marketing budget too. So everything we've been doing now, a lot of the stuff that I've been doing is, vendor management, working with the legal team, the back end operations, but we need to expand our marketing to get the word out so more people can host nodes onto the network. So there's a lot to be done next year for Exidio and for the Sentinel network.
Right. Okay.
Totally.
I know about the internet and power problems. Well, I know from my experience in Pakistan where I'm recording, or the internet goes out or something, the power goes out. Yes. Okay. And what else do you have on the roadmap coming up?
So the biggest thing is we have an app on iOS right now in test flight. And if you'd like to try it out in test flight and give us feedback, we'd love that. Srini, it looks like he's back. It's cool.
Internet problems.
You'll have that. It's all good. But as we move from test flight, we want to move to getting the app on the iOS store natively. And so that is coming in the next couple of weeks here. It's been a long time in development. Again, if you want to try out the test flight application, we'd love to get your feedback. But we're working on just completing last of the integrations and now submitting it to Apple to go live on the iOS store, so that everyone with an iPhone is also able to get access to secure decentralized VPN.
Okay. Now, just on that, what happens if it comes to a time where Apple or Google Play won't allow the application on their stores? Like I know I think Alex Jones's application isn't available on Google Play or on iOS.
Luckily, we're not as controversial as Alex Jones. There's a lot of precedent set for decentralized VPN, and so we're confident that they won't be kicked off of those platforms. But also, we would have direct downloads from our GitHub to be able to access the download. So you'd be able to use the application even if it's not directly on the native platform. But we don't expect that to be an issue. And also, we're rolling out the version 3 of our client, the V3 client, which will be both a mobile access or a browser access and desktop client access for the V3 client. And as we roll out the V3 client, you'd be able to access that via your mobile browser or via your desktop browser. So that's going to be a huge push as we move to roll out the V3 client at the end of this year. So not only do we have the iOS app coming out, but then the V3 client is going to be a really big push and something that we've been developing for over a year now, and we're excited to bring to the market.
Great. Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to let us know that we haven't covered before we finish up?
Yeah, we recently have also integrated Handshake Network DNS resolver into our DVPN node that we are going to release in maybe by next month. Yeah.
Okay.
So
no,
users can access. Yeah.
Hold on. A handshake network for DNS in a DVPN node. You're going to have to put that down. What is that?
On Handshake Network, it's anonymous domain name registry. It's provide anonymous domain name registry, so people can host host websites or anything under those domains can be accessed through using Sentinel DVPN network directly. Yeah.
Right, and the advantage is the anonymity and the privacy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Anything else, guys?
No, we're excited. Thanks so much for the time, Rich. It's been really great.
No, listen, thank you both, and not both, all three of you, and me as well, right? Thank you very, very much. I know this has been a long time coming, and I'm going to have
Sentinel application.
That's right. I want that Sentinel application, and I know I'm going to have all the links in the description below, so people can go join the Telegram group for Sentinel. Go join the Discord group. Do you have a Discord group?
We do, but we're more active on Telegram, and we have multiple Telegram communities. If you want to find one for your own language, or if you want to find one for the Node network, we'll have multiple links that we'll share with you.
Great, because I'm in the Telegram group for Sentinel, and check it out. Do your own due diligence. Go try the Sentinel test VPN. You get a VPN for free until the mainnet launches, and you can check it out and use it on your desktop or your mobile. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Srinivas and Crypto Dan and Crypto Peter signing out. Oh, and Crypto Rich as well. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.